Khurdun khandru mambu guru chi 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 so da dru ji chen ji lob chiri shi so so guru pe ma se de Oma hum re de chen bar wa wang ge po zhang do de dong so so do be yi she go ma jan de de be me rang shin le dur je ni ma na che gu na wan da yin do ji ju ji de wan ju do ji ji ja so be ma ja bo gur de nga wan ju na se se ne wang che sang wan yi je ben za wa ra yi de ju de be ja bo de chen de ma lu jin gu ji ru ri je ma ju de ja je ma che Wanze dorje bawe droge zo nando nyamba jembe nganye do doje goye garge zezom yo game zonge shere. Weze marbo gorde yongla ja zeshe danje yushin du braje doje chakba jembo doge nye namye ngodrom doge. Dorje chakju shakpa chenbo ye nangsi dewa chenbo domje bataye njoro drawe roga jendergen gongbo chewa shek. Ramjamza so wangye lazo la kubi sorwa dersu jinjin no chokde ngodro dugu barda da tome wando chepe ngodro zom guru gulu re zom guru gulu re zom guru gulu re zo. Okay, you can begin now.
Welcome, everyone, those who are here and those of you online. Thank you again, Rinpoche, for being here with us and answering many questions that we all have. Just as the Buddha Shakyamuni himself said, all dharmas or all phenomena originate from causes. The Tathagata has taught these causes, and that which puts a stop to these causes. This too has been taught by the great Shramana. We can say that one key point of the Buddhadharma is interdependence or dependent origination, but it is often difficult for us to see through the diverse experiences and come to a clear understanding of our existence, so-called. But it is because of teachers like Phakchok Rinpoche, who is kind and wise in leading us and helping us to develop a correct view, that we have an opportunity to peek into the true message of the Buddhadharma and to fully actualize the power of our minds. But without further ado, thank you again, Rinpoche. And the first question that we have is, how can we develop the wish to enlighten all sentient beings if enlightenment is inconceivable and we don't really know what it is?
I think it's a very reasonable question. I think this question can be very much a benefit to many of us actually in the future too. That is actually my question to you all, actually. This is what I actually think, that many of the Buddhist practitioners, or generally Buddhist people, that they have no much idea of what is mean enlightenment. So you really need to understand this particular question very clearly mentioned by in Tantra, especially in Guru Rinpoche, because we have a four type of we call obscurations, but generally actually means four type of obstacles. The first is the character, behavior, and habits. That is a part of together. Okay, so behavior, character, and habits is the something that we are blind spots to ourselves. So we don't know how to improve our behavior or our character or our habits. When you don't see it, you cannot improve. So that is number one. In the Dharma terminology, we translate to call karmic obscuration. And this sometimes English vocabulary and Tibetan vocabulary for my ear has a very different picture gives me. For example, like our how you say this in English when somebody is speaking, what is the position, this name? MC. Our lady sister MC, says the very famous quotation. But when I understand in Tibetan word ju is a very fluid concept. It's not very clearly clearly stuck something. When you say the cause and effect and the cause and comes a cause, the English, it sounds very segmented in my mind. Somehow this not so fluid. I think is come from my own. I think is my background. How I grew up with the word of Buddhism is very fluid, not very dictate. But the English word is kind of for me, not for you, but for me, is very dictate, very clear, something very solid. So I don't know for you. So that's why when I say karmic obscurations, that means for me in Tibetan, lay means fluid. So what does it mean? Character, means habit, means behavior, means memory. All that is part of lay. But when you say in English, character is something different, little bit different, slightly, behavior is slightly different, and all that. So I don't want to spend too much time here. This is number one. So every places have blind spots. In Tibetan, Buddhism, we use called timuk, meaning I like to translate blind spots. Meaning when you behave something, when you character or habits or behaves, that has blind spots. So that's why we go through a lot of trouble in our lives. Some trouble because of some people, some trouble because of you are need to change, but you're not able to change. Yeah. Then you go down where this character, behavior, with this actually come from, right? When you say character, behavior, things is about for physical, more verbal, more expression, right? Do you know that three monkeys like this, right? So like that, it's more like a character, more like a behavior, more physical, more verbal, more expression. Now look at that. Something is not really expression, physical, no verbal, but it's a more source of that character, the source of behavior. Where is it? Is mind. In the mind, the second level we call negative emotions. In Buddhism, we like to talk very much action, not the feelings. Action. So anger, jealousy, pride, stinginess. It's very action. In the Western students, more feelings, loneliness, depression. This kind of very much of feelings oriented. In Buddhism, it's very action oriented because the feeling comes from the action, right? So it's part of it. When we talk about this, we like to talk about the cause. We don't like to talk about too much of these feelings. So when you're being too proud, too angry, definitely you're going to be lonely, right? So when you be nice, you be calm, a little bit more character, more relaxed, suitable to everybody. People likes you. Sometimes little bit problem is normal, but people likes you. Little bit egoistic, pride, stingy, little bit. So you try to act very smart like that. Then people don't like you. So slowly people go away. Then you feel lonely. and people behave not so nice to you, and then you feel depressed, and people judge at you, and you feel more depressed. So you can see that it's feelings oriented, but it's more action, right? Negative emotions. Yeah. So now you look down, all the behaving things is more like action in the mind, mental creations. So our Buddha's teaching says, after you have some kind of improvement of behaviors and characters, and the habits, physical habit, verbal habits, let it improve, then automatically your observing, your sense of knowing is going to be more subtle, very subtle. So going to subtle is more emotions. So you're more noticing more emotions. You don't need to overwhelm, but you need to notice, aware thoughts and this and that. Now you look right now, this moment, right? In your mind. Are you angry? No. Right now, this moment. No. Are you full swing in pride? No. Are you feel stingy? No, because you're not giving something, so you don't feel stingy. No. You attached to it? No, really not right now. Right? So you right now you have the constantly thought arising, constantly back and forth, comparing, observing, seeing, right? That process, what do you see more strong? You see yourself, meaning the observer, and you think what is observing. So what you're observing is becomes object. Who is the observer? Observer is subject. Right? So right now, negative emotion is not active as much, but what really active right now yeah, is the active of dualistic fixation. This is how Buddhism says. Some Buddhism translations I really don't like because I cannot relate it. When you say dualistic fixation, for you, I know you're English speaker, I'm pretty sure you're very good at related this word. But for me, because I'm a very not a how you say, I'm not speaker of English, so I prefer to say concept of action of object and subject. For me, simplify. I like the word. So now you can look right now. This moment, you have this object and subject, right? This word, this particular word we give cognitive obscuration. Now you look now sound you sound right in Buddhism, cognitive obscuration. Yeah. So what really means is it's not strong emotionally present, but you have a sense of observer and a sense of observing. That object and a subject merely exists throughout every experiences, included spiritual experiences. So that is called cognitive obscuration. When you have cognitive obscuration, you are not enlightened. You're not Buddha. Enlightened actually meaning you need to know what is need to be enlightened, right? What need to be free. So now after the object and the subject, the present right now you have. Now this right now I'm going more subtle, very subtle one. You're not gonna know what I'm talking, but it's okay. I need to talk about it. That moment, this present right now, this moment, right? Right now, this moment that your thought comes, boom, right? Comes, goes, comes, goes, comes, goes, comes, goes, comes, goes. There has a before thought arise. There has a movement. Okay, before thought arise, there has a movement. So do you say that movement? No. So what you call that movement? Habitual tendency. Okay. In generally Buddhism, they talk about two obscuration. Obscuration of negative emotion and obscuration of cognitive. Okay. But in Vajrayana, especially in Guru Rinpoche instruction, he divided. He divided to negative emotion, little bit more gross level first. He says character, behavior first. Then he goes to emotion. So people can relate it emotion easily. Now, object and subject is already gross for meditator. So now they go non-meditation. I think, do you know the non-meditation? No focus, no object, no subject, just resting nature state. They call this, not Dzogchen yet, not Mahamudra yet, but they call a shamatha of the highest level, non-meditation. Why you think non-meditation is important? Because non-meditation is the beginning to be observing, seeing, not observing, seeing the object and subject. Non-meditation meaning to be free from object and subject. When you're free from object and subject, then you're going to start seeing emptiness. And the emptiness, then they're going to see the differences of the first movement and that ignorant, that subtle ignorant I talk about, habitual tendencies. Now, the enlightenment means the moment where you realize emptiness. Who realize? There has no mind to realize. Because the mind has a four function. The function of whatever memory, things that we have right now, character, behavior, memory, then more subtle emotion, feeling, ego, right? Then more just object and subject. No me, just observer, right? Now you're more subtle, the movement. Before thought, anything, or awareness. Before thought, there has a movement, right? So now mind is not talking, we don't talk about mind now. So who's realizing the emptiness? Emptiness must realize emptiness self. That's why we say Buddha nature, Buddha nature, Buddha nature. We're not talking about empty nature. We're talking about clarity. Because the mind must be arise from clarity. Mind cannot be arise from some physical. Mind must be arise from, this is very difficult topic, but arise by clarity. So the wisdom going to be realized itself, right? So now here, the modern education stops. Modern character stops. Modern ideological stops. Everything going to be stopped there. Now it sounds very funky, but it is like that. Okay. So when you're that short moment, like 3 seconds, 5 seconds of maintaining in emptiness, not blankness, completely clarity without any observer, but at the same time they have clarity. That moment, you don't have no ignorance of the first movement of thoughts, no dualistic object subject, no, of course, no emotions, and no character, no behavior. That moment. And that moment we call enlightenment. That moment we call Buddha. Okay, so that's why you must understand enlightenment is not something opposite of your mind, opposite from you. Enlightenment actually is going towards deeper, you can say deeper, but more knowing, more discovering, not really discovering, dispelling, removing blind spots. The first blind spot is your behavior, your character. So the second blind spot is your emotions. Then third blind spot is object and subjects. And the fourth blind spot is the before anything begins, it has a movement. So until you don't understand that, then difficult to understand Buddha. So when the student asks me, Buddha have mind or not, then that shows very clearly the question comes from, because you don't know what you're talking about. And they have some other questions coming up saying that, do any other tradition can be enlightened? I don't know who I am to tell who can enlighten or who cannot. But for my own observing, I don't any hear detail like this. And to experientially, this comes from this, and you can actually go through one by one and you see it yourself. Okay? But you cannot maintain for long because of habit, right? What happened? A different type of habits. So this takes time to prolong, to process. And the biggest is actually your grasping is the biggest problem. So that we talk later. So anybody can understand that. Then I think anybody can enlighten. But I don't think so. Nobody talk about that in the world except in Buddhism, especially in Vajrayana. So how I can say, who I am to saying that other follow spiritual people can enlighten or not, who I am, right? But when they use the word enlightenment, anybody, say today, you went somewhere in the jungle and say, oh, I enlightened. So pretty sure I thought like you had a great experience or great divine something. By enlightenment and what we explaining here, you have that? I'm doubtful. Because then you have that, please teach me how to do it. That is the question. You had enlightenment, fine with that. Teach me exactly how to reach. Now you had experiences, but you cannot teach exactly how to do. Means it's something's question mark for me. So that's why for me, Vajrayana and especially teachings, Guru Rinpoche becomes a very important because whatever Buddha taught, Guru Rinpoche make much more clearer. So that's why for me, I have a more respect to the Buddha because of Guru Rinpoche's teaching. And because of that, we do the 4 empowerments. Color white, red, blue, multicolor because of the 4 character. We like to work with the 4 chakras because of the four issues. Major chakras. And below chakra and the leg chakra and up chakra, for us, it's not important. Some people say they have 7 chakras and 10 chakras. How many chakras? It's okay. Now, these days, spirituality is the harvesting. Harvesting? Not harvesting people on what you're searching for. What you're searching for is some kind of, many people actually searching for some kind of a security, some kind of feeling of comfort, feeling of happiness, feeling of meaningful, and feeling of joy, bliss, contentment, and full of energy, purpose of life, and live life happily. That you're searching for that. And that is the spiritual materialism that we are afraid of. That is what we are afraid of traditionally. And we actually can predict when you go through this path, we know exactly what's going to happen to you. Because it's a similar thing. It's not like I don't have it. I have it exactly like what you have it. But I have a teaching and guidance of a teacher, who an authentic teacher, tells me, say, you have this. It's all the same. Everybody has it. But you need to watch out. So it's very important that you really want to go authentically, means you need to search for authentic things. Not because of your feelings. So you don't want to look for authentic, you want to go with the feelings, then go ahead. Who stop? It's your choice. For me, I don't look for feelings. I always look for authentic. This is my journey when I was young. I always search for what I should do. That's why I can tell you the description, how detailed of 4 obscurations. It's not philosophical books. I went through my guru kindness, I saw experiences. This is what I can tell you. Yeah. So it's a very pity that such a young people were not interested in this, because they shows very clearly your choices is not have wisdom. You have no good guidance. You're very confused. You don't trust anybody. You trust yourself. Oh, what do you look for? But you don't trust yourself sometimes, but most of the time you trust more than anybody else. But the problem is you search for something related with feelings. And that is what you're going to be fall into it. So this is what I'm thinking. Okay, now second question. I think I did touch few questions, but it's okay. Yes, I can go with second questions.
When we first start practicing meditation, how can we best gain some stability so that our minds do not constantly wander?
I think pretty sure you mean practice is your session. Generally, Guru Rinpoche instruction of before you do any sections, you do the exhale breathings, 9 breathings, and you do with a very, how you say, not too fast. Take little slow motion. Like slow. I saw one student doing that in Lumbini. Yeah. I'm just beside there. Yeah. And I'm nobody to tell correcting anybody. Yeah, so I'm not going to sway. But take slow motion, slow time, number one. Number two, I think 2 minutes, 3 minutes yoga breathing. You know this, you know this alternative breathing. I give a name for this because in our tradition, yoga breathing is this we call male. This is a female. And balance is unisex, meaning male female mix. You know, so because of that, I call this yin yang breathing. Because they say yin and yang is one male and female. This Chinese told me. So I thought it's very nice, yin yang breathing. So everybody like this. But it's actually yoga breathing. You breathe in, hold, breathe out. And we prefer these two again. Because this is male, this is a female in our tantra. So that's why we always do offering like this. We don't do this, we don't do this, we don't this. We only use the ring finger and the thumb. So that's why you prefer to use these two, male and female. Do this for 2 minutes. Yeah. Then 4 immeasurables. Compassion. These 3 practices could make you make a path for your session. Okay.
What are the benefits of studying Dzogchen Mahamudra texts?
No benefit. Only benefit is like, oh wow, it's like that. Oh wow, it's so nice. Oh my goodness. Oh, I had some experience. That should be Rigpa. Oh, I don't know. You know, that benefit you're going to get. Okay, nothing, zero. Okay, I tell you something. Until my main focus was my guru's instruction. Now that this thing I really want to tell because I have a few questions about finding guru and all that. For you to find correct guru is difficult because you don't know the spiritual world. You think they have some titles, and any titles you have, venerable, very very venerable, His Eminence, whatever, etc., 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 Rinpoches and this like that. So you think anybody have some title should be good? Doubtful. But that I don't have it because I'm born into the spiritual family. So I know exactly who good, who not good, because we have this rumor going on all the time. So now I think that problem for you is kind of disappearing because now you're in the monastery, so you can hear who's good, who's not good, and who's fake, who's some sanky panky, you can hear this. Really, I think so. But the most important for us, traditionally, what do we look for? Is the person's practice. The teacher's practice, teacher's authenticity. And his authenticity comes first is his guru, who really he got the instruction from. Not like he claim I spend time. No, not claim. We should know exactly who he spent time to. Yeah. So lineage for us is very, very important. Okay. So this is the one thing. So benefit, yes, little bit benefit reading books, because Tuguji Rinpoche's books make you inspired to practice. It's very good. But really, when it comes to you have a really good guru and the Guru has a very clear instruction, then my own experiences is don't spend time reading books because it's going to be interfere your practice and your understanding. For you is you only do Guru instruction. When you reach a certain place such as that Guru says, now you have a recognition, such as in the Mahamudra style or Dzogchen style. Okay, that now you got the recognition, your recognition is confirmed. I heard, I can see, confirm. Now you good, carry on. Then you open a book. It's not going to be confused you, because now you've seen it, you've seen nature of mind, you have no doubt, you know exactly, you're very steady. Now you read book, you open up, vocabularies. Experiences not going to open much, but vocabularies, open up. Oh, the ordinary mind, this great vocabularies of Dzogchen and the Mahamudra. They have different vocabularies. That's going to be very rich. I have a student who read a lot of books, and they're really difficult to teach, because when I give some instruction, they don't do my instruction. They do something else. So I don't do any extra instructions. I say, okay, then you go your own read book and do whatever you want. Right? So when you have a good guru, just listen instruction. You reach exactly the same place, and when you gain the realization, you open a book, you're not going to have doubt. The book's going to be so easy for you. Okay? When you don't have experiences, the books looks very, messy, a lot of things to do, kind of systematic but a little bit messy. Yeah? Like that. So this is my answer for that.
How often do you have discursive thoughts? When was the last time you got really angry or upset?
Angry. Really angry? I don't remember much now. I think many months, I think. Why you have so much really angry? Because you want to do really something, and it didn't work out really my way, and you're angry, right? Look at the reason. So you don't have so much of really me. You're not going to have much really anger. It's kind of boring sometimes, but it's okay. It's actually satisfying. Less regretted. Your cortisol is not so high. How I know is your body is going to be more relaxed. Your stomach is more loosened up, not too tight. And the emotion, no regret. You don't have no big mistakes with other people. Sometimes I had a really difficult moment that people give me a difficult, my cortisol goes up so high in 30 minutes. But still, I being understandable, and how you say, please the person, and how much I can. Do I have regret? No. Yeah. So really angry right now, I forgot, but definitely I had before, long, many times, but now I forgot. But who knows, tomorrow when possible. But still now, not much.
During teachings in Lumbini, you said something about loving all people equally. Do you love your children more than other children?
Sometimes, okay, first I'm going to answer the real one, okay? Then I'm going to make joke. See, this is, I think, is one of a typical example, actually, when we practice compassion. Oh, my mother sentient beings like my mom, or all sentient beings like my kids, this like that. But really, when you really practice compassion, they have no sense of me. When you're genuine in the practice of compassion, they have no sense of me there. When you have no sense of me, how I should say my son and who you are not, how this discriminating going to come from? You're asking the question because of the base of your me there, and say, oh, Rinpoche, now you love your son so much, you compare with that, you love anybody else son like you. That question is based on the person who never experienced genuine compassion. This is what I think. Genuine compassion, I have no discrimination towards my son and the killer. You know the killer? Serial killer? I watched yesterday and today about serial killers. And beginning thought is a similar thought that I used to have. Very much aversion, very much dislike. Long time ago, when I was younger, I really want to torture. I really want to torture the serial killers. And period of time, I have not thought of that. I have sort of accepted saying, Yingji, he has a feeling, he has like me, he doesn't know how to react. A poor guy, and I have compassion to you like that. But now that thought never comes out because I don't see him as this and that discrimination. When you have genuine compassion, they have no discrimination because you have no I, they have no discrimination of that. The discrimination need to come, say mother, because many of us, we don't have the feeling of compassion. We don't have no feeling of, we never love somebody. So we need to, the feeling must start. The fire, when need to start, you need to be so careful, You need to hold your breath too. No, really. When the smoke come, the smoke, the catch a fire, what do you do? You cannot blow too hard because good fire, this stinks. You need to blow so clearly. When is the whole bonfire comes, you just throw how many wood you want or wet wood, the fire gonna go gone. So when you have genuine compassion, they have no sense of mother sentient being, my son sentient being. You don't need that. This is for the beginner who when need to begin the compassion. When you already have compassion, there's already equalize. You don't need to equalize. Who is equalizer and not equalizer? Is me. When you have sense of me, you need to practice equanimity. When you have no sense of me, genuine compassion, you don't need equanimity. Compassion already innate equanimity. So the question is irrelevant for me now. But sometimes my son and students, my own students, I see my student is more important. You know how? When they ask stupid questions, I listen patiently with smile and answer how much I can to benefit. When my son asks a stupid question, I tell directly to his face, it's a stupid question. I'm not going to answer. So compare with that, definitely I take stupid students are much more closer than my son. So it's kind of irrelevant sometimes for me. Long time ago, when I say my son and the thing, definitely my son is important for me because my son is my duty to protect him. But when I practice compassion, then that me is go less and less and less and less. So then compassion, I already mentioned, so I don't want to spend time. Okay, that's it.
I have the aspiration to do a 3-year retreat, but am worried it is naive idea that I am not actually prepared for. Do you have any advice?
This is not my advice. This is a great teachers. I have the similar question. So great teacher says in the past, 600 years ago, 700 years ago, 800 years ago, the great teachers, they say this. Oh, the students who want to go to retreat, the condition is, okay. So basically, when you close your eye, like this, for foundation, ta 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 ta, main points, ta 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 ta, Mahayoga, ta 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 ta, 4 nails, 3 samadhi, 3 sattva, 4 mind, 4 mantras, point, 4 activities. In English, I don't know. Tak zom, hin som, zong min, jang som. I don't know how to say in English, but like that. Okay? Why I practice this? Tamal nangshin doba. Okay. Then ano yoga. Da 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 da. Zalong tik som. Zoba chembo. Nature ma. Da da da. So you have this whole map in your head is there. Go read it. You don't have the map in that. You have no experience much of Hondo, no experience much of developed stage. Nature of mind, not really. Theory retreat for you is almost like doing, 1 month retreat here, Hondo retreat. It's same like in theory retreat. The difference is you doing with the 1,000 people or 700 people and you doing alone. So theory retreat must be something that you really have something, something to do and you go. It's going to be enhancement. So 3-year retreat, it should be more like enhancement, not for training. Training you should do before 3 years. So like 1 week retreat, 1 month retreat, few times 1 month retreat, then you prepare yourself, then you go to 3-year retreat. So that is what Great Master says.
What is your perspective on romantic relationships? Although I can recognize their potential to be transformative, I also feel they can be a distraction from practice, and the attachment can be an obstacle on the path.
The question, I think, is a very relevant question, but I think the question has already answered a little bit. The question, is relevant, irrelevant. Honestly speaking, practitioner must be more relaxed, honestly speaking. Okay? I know when you're a beginner, you're a little bit too serious sometimes. And because you come from Western or whatever culture, and you have this black and white judgment influence, right and wrong, judgment, sending down to hell, and all that kind of stuff. So you have this kind of influence in there. I can hear this sometimes with the questions. So you become very steep. When you say practitioner, you become very steep. Do you see any true practitioner very stiff? Never you see that. You see that's relaxed. They're so relaxed. And who is the most stiff one? The beginner's one. They shows very clearly that you really cherish Dharma, but you really need to learn the key things and to observe and transformation. So you become more understand things, not like too uptight. Now, relationship is interfering, not interfering. That is, you need to observe yourself. Some people does, some people don't. For me, sometimes do, sometimes don't. So that is your how mental state you are, how emotional state you are, how you're behaving. That is very necessary. So this is depend on everybody. So I cannot say to one answer. That you need to learn. I can explain how to observe, how to change, but how to observe, how to change, everybody has a different way. So you need to do it. The key point need to be transformed. Yeah. Okay.
I often feel like my fellow Dharma students are displaying so much devotion towards the Dharma or a teacher in a way that feels over the top, forced, fake, and not truly genuine. This attitude scares me somehow and makes me feel less close with the other members of the Sangha and like I can't trust them. What to do?
You can see it's such a strong judgment question, But okay, I tell you something. When I this World football soccer game, what they call World Cup, 4 years every year come. For me, I'm shocked and surprised how precious this ball is. This ball magnetizes 1 billion people. Imagine that. And I enjoy watching, but I'm never crazy about it. And I see so many crazy about it. And they fight each other and they start punching each other. Like, I don't understand. But I imagine I'm that person. I enjoy it. Because my judgment makes me unenjoyable. Who I am to judge these people? They're enjoying looking at the ball. Okay, I gotta look at too, and I'm gonna enjoy. Why I need to scare of that people? No, like that, the person who really showing devotion or not, who are you to judge the person? You know, you have to correct. The best is develop your practice, reduce your judgment. You're going to be happy with everybody. Every problem I tell you, all the question I heard, most of them is about you. You not handling your mind, and you don't know how to handle it, and you ask the question. It's nothing about you not learning actually. You're learning a lot, but you're not observing your mind. The lack of observing of your mind, how much knowledge you have, the knowledge is not helping you to transform because you don't know how to directing that information, the vitamins, the fish oils, omega-3s, not directing in the right place. Imagine you eat egg every day, 10 eggs, but you don't do exercise. Not good. You eat 10 egg every day, you go build muscles, and you're directing everybody. 10 eggs goes to one egg here, one egg here, one egg here, one egg here, directing the energy, right? Then you have good muscles. I'm not kidding. Like that, you're getting all the informations, Kimball's and Lubin's and reading books and all this, but you're directing where? Nowhere. So it's going to bottle up, then you don't know where to ask. You forgot to observe your mind. This is the problem, I see. Such a small problem. It just switch. Doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost time, doesn't cost money, doesn't cost actually effort. Just boom. Okay, observe. That's it. Yeah.
What does it mean to be a yogi?
Our revealer, Chuju Dejen Shikbulingba. Our great revealer, our lineage guru, he mentioned very simple. He says, have a devotion to Guru, fulfill Guru's whatever wish, have a good relationship with Dharma siblings, don't make any enemies, practice your deity, whichever deity you're doing, do feast offering in Guru Rinpoche day, the lunar 10th, every day, every month, one time. Practice compassion to all the beings, don't harm, and do nature of mind, emptiness meditation to benefit yourself. He said, do this 6 or 7. You are a yogi, this age of yogi. And that is a simple requirement. So that is the yogi. How to be yogi.
Rinpoche, thank you for your guidance. When I contemplate on the preciousness of human birth, I feel more attached to this life. When I contemplate impermanence and emptiness, I feel as if everything could suddenly fall apart. How can I cultivate fearlessness when doing these kinds of contemplation that make me feel groundless?
This question, human birth is precious. Why? Think of impermanent. Why? Human birth is precious. Why? I want to practice Dharma. Oh, everything impermanent. Why? I want to practice Dharma. That after, the main thing is you need to practice Dharma. Not need like desperate feeling, oh, I'm human, very precious, I feel so sad. What the stupid way? That's what I'm telling you. All the energy you feed in, you don't know how to direct. Human birth is precious. Why? Because I want to practice Dharma. What does practice Dharma means? Think. Transformation. Realization. That's it. Dharma practice does not mean wearing certain clothes, chanting mantras, only that. Dharma actually, essential Dharma means transformation. Transformation of what? Transformation of your character, your behavior. Yeah. I have many problems, but I think I get less, less problem these days, honestly speaking. That I know. You say, Rinpoche, you tell me, oh, Rinpoche, you not improve. I say, honestly, thank you very much, but I'm going to see myself. Okay? But many of us is not like that. You are relying on everybody's opinion on you because you don't know yourself now. I'm not talking about you should be very arrogant and ignorant and rejecting everybody. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you should be very open to everybody, but have a very steady mental level. So the purpose of practicing impermanence is directing of practice Dharma. Nothing else. You feel sad, change the mind, say, I want to practice Dharma. That's it. Yeah.
I practice Guru Yoga, but it feels mechanical. It seems I am just pretending, and there doesn't seem to be a real connection with the practice. When am I really actually doing real Guru Yoga versus just doing the practice, quote unquote, correctly?
Not sure because time takes time. For me, it's like that. When I practice Guru Yoga, and I think similar question comes, oh, do I see Guru as a Buddha? I say in the beginning, no. But I try to see it, yes. That is a Guru Yoga practice. I see it naturally? No. Who are going to see it, Buddha? No, no, no way, right? But do I practice? Yes, I do. You feel mechanical? Yes. You're faking it? Yes, I'm faking it. But is it good for me? Yeah. Why? Because look now, I'm okay. I'm not crazy yet. I'm improved. My character change. My improve. It's okay. So takes time. When you plant a flower seed, takes time to grow. So every flowers, every tree has a time, and it depend on conditions, the weather, the things, to grow. Likewise, you have time. So don't give up. You keep practicing, it's going to improve. Okay? So this is my answer.
How do you know you have found your root guru versus just having a good teacher among other teachers?
So the question is,
How do you know you have found?
oh, yes. It's actually not about how you find a root guru. It's not like guru finding you always. We have stories like that in India. I heard about it. The one guru's waiting for the students, say, oh, you are my best student. Possible. We have one story in Tibet, but that's not going to happen to us. Don't hope for that. But my way of searching guru is what I told you, because I'm very fortunate to have born here. So my first root guru is my grandfather, because he does meditation and I love him. But I need to request him for 15 times to give me instruction. And many Western students and Nepali students and Malaysian students and sometimes Taiwanese students, they come to see my grandfather. They only need to request once. Give me instructions. And my grandfather gives away, instructions. For me, I took 15 times to get the instruction. The first time when, no. Second time, no. Third time, no. Fourth time, no. Like that. When he gave me instruction, then I only practice that. Do I read the Dzogchen books? No. I only practice that. I have a headache? Yes. Do I know exactly everything? No. That's why practice means, right? You're not perfected, so you're keep doing better. Now you need to know everything when you need to do it. It's kind of stupid, actually. You know already what for you need to do it. I'm talking about in spiritual practice. So you need to go through little bit hard time. So that's why my grandfather became root guru. You know what does mean root? Root means nature of mind. Realize nature of mind, meaning we can maintain an emptiness.
After some little hours
Thought,
ra ảnh họp liệu mai
that's why it's a root. You cannot maintain that. You have thoughts and that's why we have a problem. So as a sentient being, samsara. So that's the root. Root of samsara, root of freedom is relies on emptiness, my own nature. So which guru teach me to able to non-meditation, no blank my mind, okay, or blow my mind off, okay, stay in the darkness and nothingness, okay. Without that, I can able to practice and see, let nature of my, and let wisdom to see the nature. That guru become root guru. So do I choose him as a root guru? No. Did he choose me root student? No. His instruction helps me to see that link changes, becomes a root guru. Yeah. So that's what I have students here. They say, "Oh, Rinpoche, I want to follow you." But that is my hope. Slowly by slowly, I give you some instruction. So I wish them to practice through that. And I have many students who have seen nature of mind, and some no. It depends. So it depends on the process. Yeah. So that is that typical tradition. So now, after my root guru, first one died, passed away. So he chose second guru for me to go see him. So when I was 18, I mean 2 years later, so I went to see my second guru, that pointed by my first guru. And the second guru knows that I'm coming for the train. So then I spend time with that my guru. Yes. Then from my second guru to third guru, a gap of 12 years. So I practice. Then I reach certain level of, how you say, the cross line. So I supplicate my guru, not the first guru, the second guru. So I am now in the crossroad. And I am a person who asking questions about my practice to anybody. Never. I never ask question to anybody on my practice. Nor like many of you. Talking to my friends. I am many Rinpoche's friends. I never talk about my practice. Only to my guru, accept that. You know why? Because it does not interfere my practice. When the instructions, how to practice, that interferes, then guru cannot read me. Like I'm going on a GPS, GPS. So I have Guru S, I'm Guru and Guru S. Guru exactly know where I'm going. But when I change to Guru S to Samsara S, so Guru doesn't know where I'm going. Or myself S, GPS, myself S. Yeah, I feel like this today. Yeah, 1 month ago, I got this one. Yeah, 2 years ago, after 2 years, I'm going to do that. Then I feel like stopping, It's your S. You own S, US. I'm not kidding, really. So that's why you're having so much trouble for your spiritual growth because of your character. And me, luckily, I don't have that problem. Somehow, some reason. I have many problems, but that I have no problems. Then I met my third guru. Third guru, when I met, I'm 32. Then third guru, for 3 years, I have no teaching. 3 years, I have no instruction. I see him every year. 3 months, every 3 months or 4 months, I see him. No instruction. After 3 years, then he began instruction. So my third guru is very precious for me because I able to spend time 7 years. Do you understand? So I can progress. Then I went to 3-year retreat, on, off 3-year retreat. That's why I keep the ponytail. So for 3 years, I went through on, off, on, means in, out, 3 years. Then my third guru says, okay, Rinpoche, now you pass, carry on. Just carry on this practice, you can. Then he passed away when I was age of 42. So I able to spend time here with him 10 years. And do you remember in that period of time, you hear my guru, third guru name? Not so much. After, lately when he was passing, then you hear my third guru coming up, right? oh, my third guru, Phakchok Rinpoche, then I put photos and then all my students, oh, Rinpoche, oh, I never seen him, like that. And because he don't want to see anybody else, he stay quiet. He lived for 98, 97. Very fresh, no need to wear. It's very gentle. So now, how to grow? Relationship with Guru is with the love. Love meaning, now English love is very dangerous word. In Tibetan, we use the word called sewa. It's kind of love, but it's not love. Sewa can be respect, have love, respect, but in the same time, very connection, very like the only guru has only one aspiration is student do well. Just do well. That's it. That you never experience actually from anybody else. You understand? I never experienced it. So I like to share things with my guru. Oh, guru, I did this. Wow, really great, so great. He don't need to say that, but he always said this. Oh, I did this. Oh, so good, so great. So I always observing what guru wants, what guru needs, and I look around, And sometimes he has these offerings, all plastics, plastics, and I don't like plastic offerings. So I went back to Nepal. I ordered very nice, items with gold plated, and I carry and I offer. Oh, you don't need to do this, And I offer all. Then his protector offering bowls is not so nice, not so big. Then I order again. I bring. So I'm a very observant student. You understand? And many students are not observant. They're more like Guru tells you, still you not knowing. Really, I'm not kidding too. I'm a very observant student, me. I'm not saying I'm so good. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I enjoy to be a student. And many students told me why we have so difficult to find great gurus nowadays. I say, because I cannot find many great students. How to become great guru? You have a great student, become a great guru. The great student become a great guru, no? Because I thought about that question actually. Okay. Now your turn.
As I understand, because all of the phenomena are impermanent, also our short human life, we should deeply focus on our practice, right? Does it mean that we shouldn't spend time with our friends, have hobbies, and so on because it's a waste of time when we are not practicing and focusing on Dharma?
No. Spend time with the family, enjoy. Don't forget compassion. Don't forget to transform. Chant some mantra. Have a hobby. What hobby you have? Relax. Watch some movie. Then go back again, practice. Slowly change. Slowly transform. Don't go like I don't know how to say. Just go slowly process. And very important, talk with the family, talk to friends. It's very important. Don't sort of like cut the relationship. It's very bad for you and bad for the family and friends. How nonsense they can be, still make connection. How good they are, still make connection. It's very important.
Tashtile Rinpoche, you just gave us empowerment of Dharma protectors at the beginning of last year, and thereby we need to offer the Dharma phalas every day. I found some of the Dharma protectors, they also have other prayers. I want to ask, is that fine? We just offer all the Dharma protectors, even though it is done by other prayer texts, or we should only make offerings through the text which you gave us?
The answer is the last one. Reason behind is the protector that I give empowerment. This actually empowerment called the empowerment, the Lama Yidam's protector offering partner. Lama Yidam prayer? The empowerment of that particular all protector in that text. So when you receive that empowerment, you should chant that. Of course, duh. What kind of question that is? Yeah.
Is it true that Rinpoches are not liberated because they are still in samsara and are helping people?
That is a very difficult to answer. Me, many time in the samsara. What does samsara means? For you, samsara means physical body. For me, samsara is not physical body. Samsara means negative emotion, mental function. That is samsara. So when I meditate, yes, I am Buddha sometime, short moments. Then sometime I'm not, My guru, 100% Buddha, because they can maintain that emptiness state for days and days and days. They can talk to you, but still they're not shaken. Yeah. So I know they are a Buddha, meaning the physical human being, but samsara is not the physical. Samsara is the mental function, emotional function. So that level is their Buddha. So how I know they are Buddha? No, I don't know. But this is what I know with Guru and what I know of myself. And you're going to know yourself too in the future when you follow well.
Why is it said that we need all human senses to understand Dharma? For example, when we can't see, we still can hear about the Dharma. And if we can't hear, we can still read and so on.
Easier. When you have five senses, more function, and especially your mind function is six senses. Mind function is healthy. It's easier for you. Of course, yeah. When you go to eye problem school, because what we call special school, or what you say, special school, something. We give very beautiful names. Yeah, people who cannot hear, they call something very special school, something like that. You have a little bit not easy to learn in the mental issue, then we send them a very special how you call facilitated or school. They're very fancy names in the US sometimes. But you have five sense, no problem. Your mind sense is not that problem. Where you go? You go to common school. So as that way, a Dharma practitioner, your five senses function well, and especially mind science senses function well. Of course, it's easier. So that's what they say. Yeah, easy. We're not saying you're not going to understand. We say it's easy. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel energy to do everything, but sometimes that energy is gone. How can I deal with that to overcome lazy distraction?
I know exactly this feeling. So don't burn this enthusiastic completely. When you have this, wanting to do, that have energy to do all, don't do all. Just do like 50-60% and leave it 40%, relax, have a drink, the next day again recharge, easy for you. It's a very simple, phone, you completely empty, recharge, takes at least like 5 minutes to 10 minutes to, the screen to go on, right? When you finish until 20, then you charge it faster. So same thing like a phone. So don't burn all the thing, physical and mentally. So, it looks like I'm managing. It's not like Dharma question. It's more like managing health, I think. Managing. Yes.
Rinpoche, could you please explain the relationship between Vajrayana and Buddha nature teachings?
You tell me one practice that actually connected with directly to Buddha nature. They have no many. So you have three things. Buddha nature have three qualities: empty qualities, the luminosity qualities, and luminous, the compassion qualities. In the Vajrayana, we practice all three. First, of course, Mahayana practice bodhicitta and compassion is related with quality of the limitless of the Buddha nature. But luminosity means pure, right? That we practice as a form of developing stage, generating Mahayoga visualization is related with that clarity. That's why we say the Mahayoga generating is belong to Sambhubha Kaya Buddha's instruction. Is related with clarity. And Anuyoga, the Nadi Bindu Prana, is belong to again with subtle clarity. When it comes to Dzogpa Chenpo, the great perfection, then is the empty essence, the Dharmakaya. So it's a direct link towards the Buddha nature. The Vajrayana practice is a direct link of the Buddha nature. The Buddha nature itself actually becomes a path, and that becomes a Vajrayana. Yeah.
It is taught that when humans die with accumulated negative karma, they may fall into the hungry ghost realm. In that case, what about animals? Since they also breathe and possess consciousness, can they also be reborn as hungry ghosts? If so, why don't we often hear stories or accounts of hungry ghosts of animals harming or haunting people?
Do they have sometimes hungry ghost animals actually hunting, like a tiger, killers like that, but not many. I think human being is a very complexity mind. They're very attached to things, so that's why we have a spirit and ghost running around. And a human being is little bit animals rhymes little bit simplified mind, not so strong as like that. So that's why I think it's less things, but definitely they're born to hungry ghosts many times. But we have any ghosts of animals? Pretty sure one or two, not many, but some. Yeah.
If there is unresolved karma of a past life, do people meet somehow again to resolve it? Does it happen? And how can we resolve in this life so it won't be pending and unfulfilled again?
Vajrasattva, compassion, bodhicitta, all that practice is very good for this, paying back of the karmic things. But honestly, I tell you something. You need to worry about karma and you want to practice Dharma just for karma to repair. It's almost like your precious practice wasting on managing some cracks in houses. You understand? This is how I see. Focus the compassion, focus the Vajrasattva to purify all sentient beings' karma. Focus the compassion to all benefit the mind. That definitely purifies all your karma, but it's not going to be self-cherishing practice. Oh, I have karma problem, I have this problem. Of course, you do to Vajrasattva like that. But then you keep doing Vajrasattva for yourself to purify. But then true Vajrasattva is may all sentient beings karma to purify. That Vajrasattva changes instantly. The practice changes. The focus is more like this. The moment you say all sentient being purify karma, the Vajrasattva is become vast, like a space. So mind, really need to use on the vast level. Don't spend precious dharma on small managing things like small karma, this, karma, that. It's managing small things, I think. Yes.
Are we or all sentient beings karmically connected since everyone has been one's parent? How is that distinct from the specific karmic connections with certain individuals that grow over reincarnations?
That question I really don't understood. I listened like 7 times. I did not understand. So I'm not going to answer. I don't know what they're saying. Honestly, I don't know. Answer is I don't know. What I know, what connection karma I have. What I know. I'm not a Buddha. It's very difficult to answer. I worried I can say wrong, Yeah.
The most common discursive thoughts I get, no matter what practice I do, seem to be about food and drinks. I find this so boring and sad, and yet thoughts of what to eat continuously pop up in my mind. Can you suggest a practice to work with this?
That shows you're very healthy. I'm no kidding. Thinking about food and drinks is one reason why you want to live. And secondly, it shows very healthy. Now you have no interest to food. I'm telling you, you should watch out because your body is now getting, some disease. that you don't want to eat it. So don't make this such a big issue. You like to eat, I want to eat good food too. And I tell my cook, please make this way. Do I feel any sad about? No. Why need to be sad? I maintain my compassion. I watch my mind. I'm not behaving so bad. Why? That's why just attach to food and drinks. Please do so. Don't worry about it. But only last thing I want to say is when you're dying, then don't think about the food and drinks. I'm not kidding, really. When you're dying, you think about the food and things, then possible you become a small bug running around the food. I'm not kidding. That mentioned in the Partho teachings, that I consent to. Yes, I have very beautiful malas, and in the dying time, I'm going to put it far away. Yes.
When practicing the Phakchok Rinpoche, I find the parts where we dissolve the field of merit or idams into ourselves and rest in equipoise to be the most enjoyable and vivid. Yet, in order to make progress with the accumulations, I focus most of my time on the part I am accumulating. Is this the right approach?
Yes, it is. And don't attach to the good feelings, okay? This is called spiritual materialism. You have it is good. That is the blessings. You feel more connection, you have blessings experiencing, your karmic obscuration is getting less. But don't attach to it. Yeah. Then when you do the accumulation, completely focus and do it. That is actually form of shamatha meditation. Okay.
What path or practice or lifestyle do you recommend to householders who cannot abandon their jobs, aka this life, to engage in study and practice wholeheartedly?
Talk to your companion very clearly that your practice is very important and your character and your understanding of relationship improve. You share love and very sincere, and don't lose your ground, but don't take other people's rights, and don't become too much chauvinist, male chauvinist or female chauvinist. Respect equally and learn and share, and take is important. And when you're improving, and the companion person is going to respect you too. And at least every day, have a session, practice session. Then 1 year, at least possible 1 month, not possible 1 week, 10 days retreat. I think going to be very good. Yeah.
Does Rinpoche believe or think that it is possible to achieve liberation or enlightenment or awakening through other ways than following the Buddha's path?
Yeah, I think I already answered that.
Okay, next one.
So,
what is your advice for students?
do I believe? What is so important about my belief? My belief not going to change anything. I don't like to believe things. I like to ask questions. So my question is already asked, and you think about it. That's it. Yeah.
What is your advice for students preparing to become Dharma translators and interpreters? And how do you think AI will affect our careers?
AI going to be affected in a little bit way, I think. Not so big. Yes, yes. But still AI translation is no perfection. So your practice, new translator have a study but the practice. Practice of experiences. And you can see the word completely different, and AI cannot see that. You cannot download the practice in AI yet. It takes at least 15 years to go, 20 years to go. So we have time. So do practice, human expression of translation is very important. Still AI translate, but you need to recheck AI translation. So don't worry. I don't think it's going to be lose the job completely, but it's going to be affected. Yes, little bit does. It will do. Yes, I think. I don't do research, okay? AI research, yeah. That's why I like Nepal. I'm not kidding. Nepal have such a good internet that we cannot function AI. That's why I like it. You're free in internet zone in Nepal. Meaning AI zone. Nobody going to watch you. Nobody dictate you. I'm telling you, Nepal is the real freedom. I'm not kidding. You drive a car. You have some kind of, you want to switch. You just, nobody going to look at you. You do this in your country, you're finished. See, it's freedom. I'm telling you, Nepal really has a kind of relax and freedom. I'm not kidding to you. You know, you don't feel this blood. You know, your blood cortisol, increases because of the other people cortisol increases. You don't feel that much in Nepal. This is city. This is a capital city. Still, you don't feel that. When I was other country cities, oh my goodness, I don't need to go through stress. The other around stress already boiling, my cortisol going up. I'm not getting that. So rice, they give you food, you know, like this. I think you all know. Yeah. Okay.
Dear Rinpoche, how do I reconcile seeing my guru as enlightened and seeing my guru as human?
Okay. When you have your anger transform, meaning the hatred, actually, not anger, but hatred. Anger is reaction. Hatred is something you're holding on. Okay. Anger is reaction. What are you doing? This anger. Hatred. How are you? I wish you happiness. Inside, you know, you know, you know. It's nothing secret, right? Hatred. Until you have hatred, your compassion cannot blossom. So you need to keep practice small baby step compassion practices to overcome your hatred. The moment your hatred is overcome, the compassion blooms. The moment the compassion blooms, the hatred of that thing that you see transform a gone. It's become a mere past memory. Then the compassion more develop. Then your whole body, your whole feeling, your whole feelings and thoughts and emotion is one sweep of compassion. The anger dissolves. When it dissolves, all the sentient beings is kind of nice. It's not so bad. And you can see a really bad person, but still is not so bad. Likewise, when the guru instruction you hear, you practice. First, your character change, your emotion. Your moment you cross over object and subject, you're free. You start having trust, the Dharma. You trust the Guru. You say, oh my goodness, I never seen can be free from observer, but now I'm free for a few seconds. That is amazing. Then you start seeing the first movement of ignorance. Then you see the emptiness. And the moment you see emptiness, you gain 100% certainty slowly by slowly. So this practice, I know nature of mind is pure, and I know the Buddha is enlightenment possible. Moment that when you look at the perceived your guru, the outer guru, the human guru, you're not going to see the person as 10 years ago. You see him as perfection. Because now you saw your own Buddha. Your doubt is cut. Your own self-doubt is cut. When your self-doubt is cut, the guru devotion doubt is gone. Whatever you see expression out is actually a reflection of your own state of what process going through. Okay? So that's why meditation and guru instruction is very important, and following guru instruction is the way of gaining guru devotion to see the guru as a Buddha.
Rinpoche, I am always so busy studying, and then my practice becomes almost a burden. It becomes just another task I have to complete every day. How can I get past this and find more joy in my practice?
Keep practicing. You feel burden in the beginning, it's okay. Keep practicing. Then after a while you see the some effects, then you don't feel the burden. So it's part of it actually. When I beginning to do exercise in the morning, I really feel like it's burdening, like really burden. I hate exercise. But after 1-2 months, you start seeing the effects, your belly going to little bit shrink, little bit knee is improved, your movement is better, your back ache is gone. Then naturally you want to do it. And nobody need to tell me to do it. So it's a part of it. Anything is a part of it. Yeah. Mm.
How to deal with people who broke their samayas, meaning they have abandoned the three jewels? What if they're in our environment and we can't distance ourselves from them?
Just treat normally, have with compassion, with compassion, treat normally. Don't treat anything special, rather good or bad. Just treat as normal. But don't be influenced by anybody else. You understand? The broken samaya people, sometimes they like to criticize things. I know. Don't listen. You listen, just put inside here and try to release out here. Yeah, this is the whole key. That's it.
Would Rinpoche define Buddhism as a religion, or is it more than that? How does Rinpoche feel about the academic field of Buddhist studies? Is it really helpful for practicing Buddhist, or is it completely useless if one does take the teachings expounded by the Buddha to their hearts?
See, this is a question, it's so smart. It's three questions in one go. Whoever that asks the question, that good. I know this person is going to become a professor in the future. Now, the first question is, the first part is is religion or not? My personal opinion is a solution. For me, is Buddha only giving, for me, my understanding is only a solution. Now you want to make a philosopher people make a philosophy. Believer people become religion. Spiritual becomes spiritual. But for me, it's just a solution. Yeah. Then philosophy study is important. Yes, important. Why? Because they has a very systematically learning and asking questions and answers. Especially like my son. He's a very intelligent boy somehow. I don't know why, but he's become very intelligent. And he have 1,000 questions. So I sent him to the college where I study. So I'm a, what they call Amlai, Emine, Imoy, Imlai, Amlanai. I'm a Amlanai, Amlai, alumni. So I'm Amlanai, online. So I send him there, and I know the professors and the directors, and it's all my classmates, or just one up or one down. So he told me, my son says, "Oh, Dada, I said, why? The philosophical study, the Tibetan style is so good." I said, "Why? It's so systematic, asking questions and answers and debate is so good, it makes my mind so." So he really, thriving, becoming a practitioner. Not yet, but thriving into the Buddhadharma because of philosophy. So I think you have that kind of intelligent mind, I think. I think it's very good. And me, my intelligence is a little bit so-so. So I prefer into practice. Yes.
And how does Rinpoche feel about the academic field of Buddhist
Very
studies?
good. I think it's important. I just mentioned it's so important to study. You should all study academic.
Is the Uttara Tantra compatible with Madhyamaka philosophy? Or
No.
Dear Rinpoche, my question is on accumulating prostrations in Ngondro. With a Ngondro practice, we start by accumulating prostrations. However, I feel that I only have limited time in a day to practice, and within the time I have each day to practice, I also feel pressure to accumulate as many prostrations as possible. So now there is little or no time left for meditation. I feel that my mind is now more distracted and disturbed than before I started accumulating prostrations, and the prostrations become more like a physical exercise or burden rather than a practice. What is your advice on this if I really don't have enough time in a day to do both prostrations and meditation properly?
Second professor. One long question. Uddara Tantra in this middle way. Uddara Tantra is come from the third turning wheel of Dharma. Then the middle way is come from the second wheel of Dharma. The focus is different. One is focus is emptiness. Uddara Tantra focus mostly is Buddha nature. So it's the same, but it's a different focus. So you cannot mix around, I think. Okay. Ngondro is very important, but meditation equally important. So you need to spend time, little bit of meditation, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, no matter what. So that reason, now you're saying that the prostration is may exercise. Yes, it is exercise. It's quite good exercise. So put focus on your visualization, put in your devotion, sentient beings, and focus on it results good health and good muscles. So it's good.
Greetings, Rinpoche. Could you please help understand ego and self-respect? If somebody is rude or hurts you, then the reaction is questionable, whether it is from ego or self-respect. How to deal with such situations? Ignoring also does not seem to be the solution. What is standing up for oneself?
You need to learn the situations and what is the results, and fighting back or upright is benefit, or just being patient is benefit. You need to see it. What is the results? And for me, I don't like to talk about too much of you need to fight or like that. I always look for results. So what is the results? I need to eat that shit and it's better. I can survive longer and I can get work and job done. I still eat shit, no problem. And the shit is too big, I just ignore it, and still go on. The stupid people normally what they do is somebody big boss and they say something, then you're out, poof, out. Then what happened? You don't get anything. So for me, I can take things. I can take things. I have this character to take in things. So I take it. So for many reasons, long term, I'm a better. I can maintain harmony. But some people doesn't have that character to take in. Then I cannot advise you much. So I prefer you take in, look a little bit more, observe and see fighting back is better or not bad. It's good for me or bad for me. Observe, good for situation or not. Check. It's not always black and white, you need to look around. Yeah.
Dear Rinpoche, what should we do if we do not get the chance to meet with our root guru because they're very busy and have too many students and cannot attend to us personally, but we need guidance for our practice?
Yeah, try to that guru have many students means he's giving a lot of teachings. So that means he's traveling, pretty sure. Then go around, receive teachings. You have no money, then stay one place, make some money, and go some cheaper places where guru goes. And when the guru keeps seeing the same familiar face few times, then he could notice that. He said, "Oh yeah, Guru, I never met Guru." And Guru not going to put effort to you, because why? So you need to put effort to Guru because you want to learn something. So it's opposite. So you need to put more effort. My Guru is worse. He never goes traveling. He stays few places, Nepal and Sikkim. So I need to go. Then I cannot allow to go sometimes. I need to call, send a message.
Dear Rinpoche, I have a question on Yogacara thoughts. Some examples that often come up in Buddhism is that of a mirror or a dream. It is said that our experiences is like reflections in a mirror or appearances in a dream. They appear but don't truly exist. However, for the mirror to reflect, there needs to be something in front of the mirror, and for dreams to appear, there needs to be someone who dreams. Therefore, don't these examples confirm that the Yogacara thought that the mind truly exists and everything is but an appearance of mind? How to explain this from the Madhyamaka view?
The mind have three times. Mind have three times. Observing have three times. The moment you observe, it's gone. Observe, gone. Thought comes, gone. So when you can start see observer clarity, keep changing movement. Every observer, every conscious knowing is changing. This shows they're not absolute true. So investigate the three times all the question, all the mind side. This is how you do it.
Rinpoche, how to make our karma better? My current life is filled of suffering, full of sufferings of various kinds. I feel I might have done extremely wrong in past lives, resulting this life tough. They say even arhats have to face the karma. Then, how to clear the bad and good both karma. Does prostration or doing pujas work?
It does. So, Vajrasattva, Kora, compassion, Rivu Sangchu, Omahong Rivu Sangchu is very beneficial. So, do this kind of things, and accumulation merit is really works. Puja does works, yes.
Well, I feel strongly that my guru is out there. I have not been able to meet or identify him or her yet. How do I go about finding my guru so I can take refuge with
So I
him?
think this I already answered. It's not like you finding a guru or guru finding you. It's learn, receive, see how which guru you like, female or male, whichever, and what is the guru lineages, the lineages, and how he instruct. So you need to observe a little bit. Guru need to check you. You need to check guru, at least. Yeah.
Does Rinpoche have any words of advice for aspiring Dharma practitioners doing Buddhist studies in academia?
Enjoy. Really, it sounds very difficult right now, but it's like you are opening an ancient door for you. It's 1,000 years. Door is not moving. It's very rusty. It takes long time to push in and out. But when you keep studying, it's like like that. So after one day, the door opens up. It's going to be amazing. So my door has very, very lubricant, everything very good. Boom, boom. Now I put a machine there, so it's like wang. So for you, your door is a little bit like rusted for 1,000 years. So it takes time. Imagine that way. So, enjoy, really. It's such a nice philosophical text. Now, over 1,000 years, not change. It's a really such an intelligent study, mostly in observing and thinking. Don't become narrow-minded. Try to become more vast. Don't be when you study things, sometimes become narrow. Don't become narrow. Observe all, open up, and enjoy philosophical texts.
Thank you, Rinpoche. I would like to ask about the correct way to practice pure perception toward the Lama and the world within the relative world. As I understand it, pure perception means training in the ultimate view that all phenomena are pure in essence and endowed with Buddha nature. However, in the relative world, relative truth still functions as relative truths. For example, compassion, which functions to bring benefit, is considered positive, while actions such as stealing or harming others are considered negative because they function to bring suffering. Given this, I wonder how we should relate to the apparent faults of a Lama or to obvious injustice in the world. Are we simply supposed to regard the essence of these situations as pure and continue to cultivate pure perception for the sake of realizing non-duality?
This professor going to make me headache. First, finding good teacher is number one. Now you don't have no good teacher, you're going to end up semi-good teacher. Now you have no fortune of that, you're going to meet difficult teacher. Now worse than that, you're going to meet a terrible teacher. So what to do? Relative or ultimate, you are done. Yeah, and that is similar in relationship. When you have really good companion, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, you're going to enjoy. You're going to have a really dictator, male chauvinist, control freak. Take it away your phone, take away your connection, or only control you, or your women control the man, who you're talking to, and all like that, and keep calling. What kind of relationship? You know these things. So finding guru is almost finding a girlfriend. I'm not kidding, like relationship level. But again, girlfriend and boyfriend, better guru. Because at least you can have a website, you can check around, you can check who's his guru is, how to check your girlfriend, who's father, who, what, we don't know. So at least that way, guru is much more clearer, I think. Now, you found a guru. Okay, like myself. Okay, my guru give me instruction. I practice. I gain realization. Okay, from my that point of view, that I see guru perfect. Now that guru doing something really bad, that I think is bad, or who somebody is thinking is bad. Do I am going to shake in my devotion? No. Now that is thing that I think this question need to be based on. I got an instruction, I gain realization, I know it, I can see the Buddhism in a completely different way in transformation. Now Guru do something bad, the judgment mind is not there. So whatever he does is not interfering me. All my students, all my friends, Dharma brothers, it's so bad. For you, yeah, because you're not free. But for me, no. So that I think comes in that level. But first you need to find a good guru, no? Then comes that story. Now the bad guru, how I know, honestly speaking? You never know. So it's very difficult, to find. So I think good for you is research, find really nicely, check who they have teachers, check their characters, and ask questions, ask crazy questions you can, and see how they answer and see how they are. You go to practice, you learn Dharma. Don't right away say, oh, you can be my guru or like that. Just observe slowly, see how is going on, see is it, then do it. Now you want to follow. Why you want to follow? You want to follow because instruction. So try to get the instruction. Okay?
My question is about maintaining pure perception toward my guru. I understand that all appearances are projections of my own
I
mind.
think I already answered that. Yeah.
Rinpoche, what are the different stages of shamatha meditation, especially stages of when thoughts stop to arise?
Samye program we have Samye Institute, we have one program website called Transformation of Path of Transformation. So you go there, learn all the shamatha's steps, and the question is, if at the end of the question is, we need to ask a guru, when I should practice vipassana meditation is the end of the question. That's why you need to have a guru. Until study philosophical, honestly, it's okay. Doesn't matter. When it comes to meditation, shamatha, still guru have, not have, I don't think so different. But when really guru becomes the differences is when you want to become the object-subject freedom practices, non-meditation, then guru's hands-on of 90%. Your effort is 10%. Until that, above one, your part is much more. Guru part is less. This is my own experiences. When it comes to non-meditation and realizing true nature, that part, Guru is 90% because Guru need to teach exactly how need to be seen. And you're going to do mistake. And I did mistake many times. So Guru need to recorrect. And I need to listen the same instruction 20 over times and practice. So this is how it actually is. I'm telling you how the real traditional is. So that the new students, young students can hear, still the real tradition is alive, So, I prefer to do that way. That's why I keep telling you the traditional way. The modern way is just like go to the class, big class, and okay, like that. Traditional is more like little bit like hands-on thing, like smaller group and hands-on. Guru asking question, you letting know like that. That you need to make more good friendship first. You understand? Good to come, see, make a friendship is more important first. Know the person, no? Okay.
As a Tibetan myself, I'm aware that most Tibetans are forced on practicing the Dharma, such as attending empowerments and pujas, but they don't seem interested in listening to the teachings. I worry about the future generation of Tibetans where they may lose touch in connecting to the Dharma, and already now most Tibetan children are slowly losing to learn their native language. I would like to request your words of advice to motivate us, the Tibetans, to grow enthusiasm and importance of the Buddhist teachings.
Yeah, I think definitely not just Tibetan, but Asians, Nepalese and Asians. That is the problem. For them, Dharma practitioner, Buddhist included, Sikhimis and Buddhist problems. Teaching is something little bit more difficult. Observe, puja, empowerment, like that, same, very focused mind and puja and all that. Receiving teachings, contemplation, observing, meditation, of course, puja and practice. I think is very necessary. But for me, when I was a younger time, how I become very proud of becoming Tibet is learning history. So I'm very proud of our emperor, Songtsen Gampo, Trisong Detsen, Tiralpa. The three emperors are very famous for Dharma and for the nation. And likewise, and I like to study. Because I belong to Eastern Tibet. My family, my father. So I like to read the story, epic story of Linkesar. So when I was in 18, 19, 20, 25, I like to read these Linkesar epic stories, and the battle saying, oh, Allah Talare, who are you from? I am this, I am the son of this, and I am this general. Who are you? I'm going to shoot my arrow to you, but I'm going to not miss of you. That's other general say, yeah, shoot at me, and he shoot the arrows, and he go tang tang, like that. So we have very epic story. It's almost like the Lord of the Ring, actually. Very similar. So that's why I read these stories and we become very like, oh yeah, like this, So to make love your own thing, go back to history for me, where you become proud of, which part of life is proud of. So I like to go back to that. Then the Dharma need to change in receiving more teachings. Yes. And I think every nation, you have your own proud of histories, Every nation has it. So look back your own nation history's past and you could be proud of it. Look at the positive one. Then
Rinpoche, I have noticed among lay practitioners, mainly those who have been close disciples of some great lamas for many years, and also some of the best translators, have so much pride and ego. I always wonder why someone who have received so much knowledge of the Buddha's teachings and having done extensive retreats or practice have not overcome their ego. Am I wrong in viewing them this way? And should I not feel such resentment towards them?
I don't know the question, but yeah, I think it's difficult, to transform emotion. But who knows who have ego, who don't have ego? It's very difficult to say. Sometimes the character is like that, So I don't know. So the the $1 million question that I like to say is how to make yourself not to become that you who you think other people's like that. So how to make yourself not to become that is, I think, more bigger question than asking why they become. I don't know why. So I think you should not to become that. That is why I think it's important. I think it's more important, That last question, then we're finishing.
Rinpoche, regarding the view that afflictions are wisdom, in daily life, there are many emotions and afflictions arising. What can I do for now? What I can do for now is to stay open when afflictions arise, and in that openness, I can see the affliction. But what exactly is this seeing? What is being seen? I would like to.
Very good question. Need to learn more Mahamudra, then you get the answer all that.
Rinpoche, both Chogyam Rinpoche and you have taught that we should contemplate impermanence to work with our many attachments. I find this very helpful, especially with the ups and downs in the relationships. When I look at situations from the perspective of impermanence, things seem to loosen and the mind becomes more open. Could you please share the teachings on this topic again as well?
No.
In Guru Yoga, we practice the 4 self-empowerments. Could you please explain the view of each empowerment? I especially...
Yes. The view, right? The view you said?
Yes.
4 view. And
Yes.
yeah, okay. Raise empowerment, white color, practice. Everything is every experience is a deity, pure perception. Develop stage Mahayoga. The view is unity of appearances and emptiness. Then is the throat chakra, the white color, red color, throat chakra. light practice. Is a second is what name? Secret empowerment. Secret empowerment practice is mostly Itnati Bindu Prana, means channel wind in the Bindu, especially luminosity in illusion practice, illusory practice. That practice increases the clarity of nature of mind, or you can say recognition of luminosity, emptiness is the same thing. Yeah. So when you have that, so that is a unity of luminosity and emptiness. Then you practice the heat yoga. Then you increase the bliss and your experience of bliss, but not attachment. Increase the bliss without any attachment, transform to bliss and emptiness. So, nang tong song juk, sal tong zung juk, de tong song juk. Okay? It's three inseparability. Then you're going to learn to recognize Rigpa more clearer, advance. Then after that, that recognition itself is the inseparability, emptiness, called Rigpa and emptiness unity. So the view is for unity: appearance, luminosity, bliss, and Rigpa. That's it. Then
We have to balance work, study, practice, relationships, and many responsibilities. How should we approach this balance in a good way?
good way, practice every day, maintain your responsibility. This is how you do bye-bye. Good way. This is how you practice good, balance.
I struggle with strong procrastination. Should I engage in more physical activity to help my energy move?
You should, yes.
How does one decide which path is the most suitable for oneself, ngakpa, monk, or householder?
Monk, I don't know. You like to be monk? Why not? Really, it's so important. But you want to follow family life, then practice more diligently as following the 6-7 practices that I mentioned to you by great revealer. Then you become a ngakpa. Yeah, ngakpa is not changing the dress; it's the practice itself.
Can Rinpoche share a story of your connection to Sherab Gyatsen Rinpoche?
Sherab Gyatsen Rinpoche, he's a Dzogchen guru, meaning getting a lot of instruction from my third guru, Gyabje Solze Rinpoche, over 20 years ago. So he met my third guru, Gyabje Solze Rinpoche, 20 years ago, before me, and receiving 2 texts, very famous in our lineage. He getting all the instructions. So secretly, Sherab Gyatsen Rinpoche receiving a lot of Dzogchen instruction from him. So as a Dharma sibling with my same guru, and my guru cremation time in Sikkim, Sherab Gyatsen Rinpoche came, and I was staying here, and Sherab Gyatsen was staying in the left hand. Then I talked to him because I know him already, but then more talking. Oh, you don't know, we are same guru. Then we said, oh, okay, then next year we're going to see you in Nepal. I said, oh yeah, I'm going to come to you and have a tea and a chit chat. Yeah, then the tea was the cremation. So, that is of course, Rinpoche, Sherab Gyatsen Rinpoche have a long connection to Goju Rinpoche and all that. But for my personal connection is actually, same guru instructions and like that.
Does Rinpoche have any advice for aspiring practitioners who work 9 to 5? Is there a time when one should decide to limit one's involvement in mundane life? How did Marpa and other householders practitioners manage it?
It's very difficult. It's honestly why you want to work 9 to 5. Honestly speaking, it's for money. Yeah, blindly I'm saying. So you need to manage money. Yeah, manage money, invest some money, different places. Keep some cash, and some in the bank, some in investment, and manage. You see how much you spend every year, every month. Then you have enough saving, enough things. Then you can retire and practice. So that is something that you need to learn to manage and learn to invest and learn to save money and like that. So many people, they are not good at that. We are good at making money, but we are not good at savings, and we're not good because we have some money right away go to holiday and right away spend. So good to learn to save some money and reinvest. And you're doing reinvest, please do so. Don't put in everything in one basket. Put in different companies, different things, and like that. Some gold, And if there's a few silver goes going to go up soon. So put some money in silver. I'm not kidding. I'm just telling you. Don't invest all money because need some cash, and at least get some health insurance. Like health insurance, is important because your health goes sick. The worst thing is all the money goes there. So get some health insurance.
Last question. Is there a way for lay practitioners to achieve the same benefit as dedicated practitioners achieve in a 3 or 3-month retreat? Does it make sense, and would it be possible to go through the same program by retreating for 1 month each year for 39 years?
Yeah, why not? Possible. High possible. Doing 1 month retreat every year can be a very great game changer in your life. You cannot go to 3 year right away. Every year month retreat is really, really great things to do. I think it's very good. Thank you very much. And you also being patient for 2 hours. So I think I really enjoyed. Have a very beautiful questions, and I hope you enjoy some of my answers. So take care. Enjoy your study. Enjoy your life. Don't make too much negative. Learn Dharma, but don't become too pessimistic after you learn Dharma. The whole purpose of learn Dharma is become optimistic. Yeah. Okay. Look at the more beautiful way. Don't look negative way. Practice compassion, become more optimistic. I don't know why these days people practice compassion, become pessimistic. I have no idea. So I practice compassion, become optimistic, but students become pessimistics. I practice loving kindness. I'm a human birth is precious. I become more enjoy life. I'm more optimistic. But students now they're complaining about becoming pessimistic or sad or whatever. So I think it's very important. Enjoy. Yeah, and go Kora, have coffee. Have some, things. And people like to do some changing needles and makeups and enjoy. Buy shoes and don't make too much of this good, bad, right, wrong. Don't do that. Just enjoy. Learn to observe and transform. Don't harm anybody. Don't make other people sad. Enjoy your life. Watch some YouTube. Listen some music, chant some mantra. Because we cannot become so strict like a Milarepa. And don't try to become Milarepa. Because we are not like a Milarepa. We never suffer like Milarepa. When we not suffer like Milarepa, then we cannot become Milarepa. This is the problem. So Milarepa suffer a lot when he's young. So don't become Milarepa, but of course inspire to Milarepa to become at least 10, 20, 30% part of his what he done. That I think is very, very good. Okay. So more enjoy, relax, laugh. We want to see young Buddhists, very nice, very down to earth, very bright and very positive, And other young people say, what are you doing? Oh, I went to Rangju Institute and I study, it's very nice and I feel happy, Then people going to study more. And you go out like that. Oh yeah, I need to study so much. Life is impermanence, death and samsara and karma, like this complaint, like this, all the questions, the karma questions. You think anybody going to follow Dharma when you start saying that? No way. No way. I'm not kidding. So please relax. Okay? Enjoy. You're going to enjoy. And you observe, you enjoy. I know you ask this kind of difficult question, but you enjoy, I know. I know. Don't fool me by this difficult. I know Shedda student enjoying outside, going parties, drinkings, sometimes smokings. I know all this. Okay, it's not like I don't know. My ear is everywhere, but I don't listen. Okay, it comes to me. It's not like I'm just asking everybody where the student goes. I don't care. Why? It's not my job, The professor's job, not my job. But the bird singing, you know, the shit are going there, the party, okay, like that. So enjoy, okay? And all the Campbells and Lobans and things, they love you very much. They really wish you to study. So we're not going to cheat you. We're not going to lie you. We're not going to brainwash you. We're not going to dictate you. Okay, we're going to ask you to think and observe and see. Yeah? Don't become crazy, basically. You know, actually, crazy is easier. True, I'm not kidding. Crazy is easier to you to fool, to make you awake and observe and make you awake is 100 times difficult to I make you to believe, because you are the believers. You believers. So I make you something to new believe. For me, is easier. To make me to you to think is more difficult for me. You understand? You think you are thinker. For me, you are not thinker. You're thinking of others. Oh, Buddhism, religion. What is this? This is not thinker. Thinker meaning thinker of inner, observing. Oh, what kind of character I have? What kind of person I am? Am I happy? Don't be too judgmental, but observing within. Then you know Dharma. Okay? Thank you. Take care. Enjoy.